Hi, I'm Paul Santinello, host of The Upside, the show where we talk about all the good things that are going on around town and in the Pioneer Valley. And today we have a great show. It's about cars of Longmeadow. And I have two guests with me, Max Loyuk and Wesley Bree. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. These guys barely look like they're able to drive themselves, but they will be hosting a car show on July 28th, correct?
Yes.
Okay, at the Longmeadow shop. So it's called Cars of Longmeadow. So I'm going to, either one of you jump in. What is it about?
So a couple years ago, Max and I were having a discussion because we love to attend car shows ourselves. We do a lot of automotive photography all throughout the spring and summer, and we were like, there's no big car show near us that's like really close to us.
Nothing like local.
So I was picking Max's brain, and we decided, like, why don't we just come together and just start one? Doesn't matter how big, doesn't matter how small. We decided this would be a great way to bring the community together and just have a great showing of cars in our own town.
Right, so last year was here at the high school.
Yep.
In the parking lot. Okay, so for anybody driving by that day, it just looked like kids were in class.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Just with a bunch of nice looking cars in the driveway, right? But so how did you guys hook up to come about this idea? I mean, you say you take car photography, right?
Right. So initially we were like talking about it, like texting each other. This was like kind of like early spring of last year, and we kind of put it on like the back burner. We didn't really think it would be something like achievable, but then we just kept like talking about it and realized that there could be a potential there, and then we kind of just rolled with it and just got moving.
Okay, so how many cars did you have in the show last year?
So last year we had 110 cars show up the day of, which was just absurd to us because we were like, oh yeah, we'll get 25 cars, we'll get 30.
Is that your expectation?
Yeah.
25 cars?
And then when the night before we had 88 cars registered on the website, we were just mind blown. We were like, this is gonna be huge.
Yep.
And when 110 cars showed up the day of, we were just like, it just completely blew away our expectations. It was amazing.
So what were some of the cars that were here that were kind of unique that I might not see driving around town or on the street every day?
Right. We had a couple like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, that kind of classic cars.
Yeah, okay.
And then we had, of course, like the muscle cars and classics, stuff like that.
So you guys are into automotive photography?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you in heaven?
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was great.
Did you take a lot of pictures for yourself?
We did.
Yeah.
Our pictures are on the website. Under
Yeah.
gallery, we have a bunch of pictures from the event last year, so people can look at them when they see, like, okay, what can I expect at this show? Because Cars of Longmeadow has 4 classes. We do supercars, which is like our main focus, because not a lot of people can see them around here. Then we do sports cars, rare classics, and muscle cars, and we had a lot of all of them last year. It was awesome.
So how did you guys reach out to the community and say we're doing a car show? And if I had a supercar, you called it. So if I had a supercar, how would I get to know that the show was going on?
So since we handled the entire show ourselves last year, we decided to print business cards and print posters. We printed the posters and we hung them up all over town, wherever we could. I think our biggest drawer of attention was we had one right on the door of Max Burger.
Okay.
And people would see that and they'd get interested. They'd like take a picture, maybe forward it to their friends. And then people would come, maybe even reach out to me by email, because our email was on there, info@carslongmeadow.org, and that goes right to me. And they'd be like, oh, I see this car show happening. Or they just register, like they just see it. And we had some of our friends help us advertise on Instagram and on Facebook, and that's kind of how we took off.
We were running like accounts for the show too, to advertise it online too.
All right, so we'll come back and talk about the cars in a moment of what you had here. But there's something cool that they also did, which is really what I like about it, is that you said, okay, we're doing a car show, but then you turned it into a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the story behind the fundraiser? What does it support, and why are you doing it, and how did it all work out?
I'll let Wesley answer.
So in August of 2017, my little sister Claudia was diagnosed with lupus, and that is a systemic autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks your body's own organs. And in my sister's case, her immune system attacked her kidneys. She was in the hospital for months, and she was very, very sick. And not a lot of people know about lupus and what it does and how debilitating it is. So I thought, I want to start this car show. My sister has a disease that not a lot of people know about, and I want to make sure I can raise awareness. So I was like, why don't I combine my love of cars with my passion for raising Lupus Research Alliance with Max and create a fundraiser that can bring together car people and just non-car people that are looking for a fun day out together in Longmeadow, and that's kind of how it was born.
Okay, and then you guys had pretty good success last year.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's fantastic what you did.
Yeah.
And how much did you raise for Lupus?
Last year, I think it was after everything about $8,500.
Yep.
I think.
Wow, very good. Okay, that's awesome. And and now that money's goes to Lupus Foundation.
Yep.
Everything.
So our show supports the Lupus Research Alliance, which is a New York City-based nonprofit that focuses on raising funds to fund researchers on finding a cure, because for lupus there's no cure right now. There's only medication that can tone it down.
Yeah.
But we did raise $8,500 last year, and this year we're working closely with them again. They make our registration page, so all the registration fee, which is $25, and any other donations that are made on the site go directly to them.
Okay.
All online fees we never see. It goes right to the Lupus Research Alliance, which is really nice, I think.
Yep.
So there's no third-party exchange or anything.
Yep, that's awesome. So how's your sister doing, by the way?
She's doing much better.
Yeah,
much better.
That's
Yeah.
good. All right, so two things, right? You have a great event here, July 28th, when it's the dead of dead in the summertime in Longmeadow. So great thing. You guys had 110 cars, you said?
About, yeah.
Okay. So what's amazing to me is I saw some of the pictures, and like I said, the supercars and muscle cars. There's Barrett Jackson is going on, I think, right now, as we're talking. And that's what it kind of reminded me of, was a little bit of Barrett Jackson, when you see these unbelievable automobiles coming by. What out of the different categories, do you guys, is it something where these people are coming here to get you reward first place, or is it just a show where people coming around, milling around the cars and talking?
We didn't have awards last year.
Okay.
It was more just kind of a display thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like a meet where car guys can kind of come together and just view their cars, their other people's cars with no competition. It's just kind of you can come check out what's there.
So a nice casual day, people can come out and check it. So it's July 28th. This year though, it's going to be in the shops, in the shops parking lot. They have such tight parking. You guys might take over the whole lot if you had 110 cars just last year.
Yeah.
You expect more this year?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little bit more than that.
Okay, so the people have to park here and go over to the shops because you'll have all the parking spots.
Well, what we do is the whole shop's parking lot, we're not going to have allotted to us. We have a certain section given to us.
I'm teasing. I'm being okay, I'm sorry. No, I should have. But I mean, 110 cars, and you expect more. That's a good number of cars there. So. And I've been to a couple car shows, and car people are super friendly. They want to talk about their car.
Yeah,
even if you don't want to hear it, they want to talk about their car.
They'll talk to you.
But they tell you all the little details on there, and that's the pretty cool thing, because you guys had some pretty, I wouldn't say exotic cars, but cars you just don't see on the street every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? I mean, so why don't you talk a little bit about what you saw come, through your show last year that people might not see every day, or why they want to come out?
So we had a lot of owners come from the Boston area, and
really,
so that
wow.
So Boston is kind of a hotbed for these kind of supercars. There's a big scene there.
Yeah.
So they kind of came down together, the morning of, they met up, and they just kind of drove down the rally together.
That pretty cool on a
so we
trip
had groups coming in all at once from the Boston area.
It was incredible to see standing on the edge of grassy gutter, the Boston people coming, because they are all in Lamborghinis and Ferraris and incredible supercars, and they're just pulling in to the high school parking lot. You're not going to see that on a normal day in Longmeadow.
Right.
So it's really cool because all the kids are there recording, they're screaming, they're "Wow, this is so cool!" So that was an awesome.
So how many people, besides these 110 cars, how many people you think came out to the car show itself?
As spectators?
Yeah.
I'd say probably a couple hundred.
Yeah, I think we probably had
there was a lot of bodies there.
All right. So what time does it start where people can come out and start to? How long does it go? What's the times of the car show?
So this year we're running from 9 to 12, 9 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon. People are probably going to start to arrive, spectators at 8:30, which would be a good time because you're going to see some of the cars pull in. People are going to straggle around. People are probably going to start leaving. People are going to start leaving at 11:30. There's going to be some cars left there at 12:15, 12:20, and then we'll be out by 1.
Okay.
And there's going to be an ice cream truck there. There's going to be some food, so people can just chill around and just relax while the show is going on.
What part of the parking lot are you in at the shops? Closer to the ball field, around the other?
Yeah, near the Max Burger end.
Near the ball field, that area.
Yeah. So the whole ball field lot
Yep.
is given to us, and we have some of the lot in front of the Dr. Cabin's orthodontist right there.
Okay, very good. So people should start really getting there around 8:30ish or so if you
Yeah.
really want to see all these cars pulling in and
Yeah.
stuff. And it goes on for a few hours. I
Yep.
mean, that's going to take, and you expect more cars than what you had last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you really want to see it, it'll take you a little bit of a walking tour to
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the fun of this for you guys? I mean, you got to get some fun out of this, right? I mean,
I think
hope you're
just
having fun
like
with it.
seeing all those cars in one place
Yeah.
is really fun, and just kind of like taking the initiative to put it together is
Oh, yeah.
definitely fun. Instead of
Yeah.
like being a spectator at a show, actually putting on the show yourself,
Yeah.
it's a lot different.
All right. So you two guys talked about, you mentioned you talked about, hey, why don't we do a car
Yeah.
show?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're sitting there and say, why don't we do a car show? What did you do next? Because obviously you can have a great idea, but then if you want a car show, you actually got to put it together, right?
Right.
I mean, you know,
So we were thinking, so we want to do a car show. We need a public lot, and we need some kind of promotion. So we talked to Mr. Mazza here,
Yep.
and we said, would we be able to use the high school parking lot for a car show? And he was like, sure, why not? And then he even waived the fee for us. So we were able to use the lot for free, which was awesome. And once we had a spot secured, we started to reach out to car owners in the area. Like there's a guy up on Frank Smith that owns 3 Ferraris. He brought them down.
I got to meet him. No, I'm looking.
I have a buddy in my grade whose dad owns a bunch of crazy cars. And then we did a lot of contact through Instagram. That was a
Instagram
big
and
thing. That's how
Facebook.
we got the boss and owners to come out. And through all the social networking and like face-to-face meetings, we just created an awesome group of people that were willing to come out. And we had them register on the website. And it's like all the registration fees go right to Lupus Research Alliance. So that's how we ensured that we were going to raise some funds right off the bat. And then they committed to the date and they came out. And we
Yeah.
got some
Yeah.
volunteers to help us with parking situation. And we have donation tables set up the day of so people can donate to the cause at
Okay.
the show. And it all just really came together.
So how many volunteers did you have last year?
I'd say a couple dozen. I think we had a lot of friends and family there.
Yeah. It wasn't. We didn't have like too big of a number because we didn't
Yeah.
really need
You
too
didn't
much
need
help.
that
We
many?
probably
Okay.
had maybe a little less than 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
this year we.
And it was all our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, from school.
Okay, so all your friends looking around the cars. Did
Right.
you guys get to go drive around in any of them?
Unfortunately
No,
not.
we-
No.
Gotta
we-
make that as part of
maybe
your
this year,
Yeah,
registration.
maybe
maybe,
part of
I
it.
don't know. Maybe I'll have to put something together.
It's got to be
but-
on your
Yeah.
registration form,
Yeah.
you know? The organizers of the event get
Please
to take a
give us
ride.
a ride.
Yeah,
Yes,
little-
something like that, you
Yeah.
know?
A small fund.
So out of you had your supercars, right? What was the coolest muscle car you saw there?
So someone brought a Ford Mustang coupe from the 1960s that was imported from Venezuela,
yeah, I
and
remember that
it
one.
was the loudest thing I've like ever heard.
Yeah.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
So loud.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Really
no
cool.
No one called the cops on you?
Nope.
No?
No, we actually did get noise complaints.
Did you
But
really?
the police department was there, like entering their own cars and spectating.
Oh,
So
really?
Yeah, we had
they
some
were
off-duty
dropped. Yeah.
officers. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, okay, so at least the right people were there.
Right,
yeah.
To arrest you,
Yep.
at least they were there in hand. Okay, you didn't get a ticket or anything. Well, you won't have any noise complaints this time.
Right, because we're in like
Right.
we're in the shopping
Yeah,
area.
Yeah.
So.
As opposed to someone's house, they're probably having Sunday dinner or whatever it was, or friends over, and you were
and we're
revving
just
it
like
up. Yeah.
revving up the cars.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, and that, I'm sure once one person did it, right? You probably heard like an
Oh,
orchestra.
Yeah.
Yep.
kind
So
of.
we had some guys come up from Greenwich, Connecticut. They owned a Corvette Z06 and a Nissan GTR, and they engaged in a rev battle in the parking lot, and they set off the alarm to my friend's truck.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
they were
cool.
Under there, yeah,
All
because
right,
it was
that's
so
fun.
loud.
So you have more than 100 cars, let's say, at least that,
Yep.
right? Okay. People want to register their car or make a donation. They go to what?
They go to www.carsoflongmeadow.org.
Okay.
And under the register/donate tab, you'll see the option. This is the site that the Lupus Research Alliance made for us. It'll open and it'll like load a new page.
Yep.
And it'll show the counter of how much we've raised so far. As of today, we've raised $3,700
Okay.
for the Lupus Research Alliance through registrations and donations online. And they'll see a button that's register or donate. And if they want to donate, they can just donate. And if they register, they will have to like fill out a little form, like vehicle information. And you have the option to donate more and make your donation in name of someone. Say
Okay.
you know someone who has lupus, you can dedicate your donation to them.
And our website's actually in all our social medias. We have the link to our website.
Yeah.
So on Instagram and on Facebook,
Okay.
we have a link right there.
Yeah, and
so-
our Instagram is just at Cars of Longmeadow.
Yep.
And to find us on Facebook, you should just search in Cars of Longmeadow
Longmeadow.
2019,
Okay.
and you'll see the event.
So you guys do automotive photography.
Yes.
All right. What got you into that?
Just, I guess for both of us, it's just like a love of cars since a very early age.
So when you're out there looking to do your photos, right? To take photos, do you search for cars, or do you just? I mean, how do you do this? How do you go out there and do automotive photography?
It's just car shows. Max and I were at
so you go to car
we were at a
shows.
car show on
Yep.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And we took some photos there. We go to this one every year. It's called Ferrari Concorso in
Great.
West
It's a good-
Hartford.
big
Great
charity event,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. And we just find car shows in the area. I think the farthest we go is like, there's one in New York City every year, New York International Auto Show. And then like outdoor shows, we go to Greenwich, Connecticut, because that is like the place to be for a car show. Greenwich is incredible, and it's just get out your camera, take photos of the cars that are there, and we post them on Instagram.
Okay. So did you guys meet in a photography class here, or just by bumping into each other at things?
Online, really.
Yeah, it was just on Instagram, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I go to
Yeah.
your school."
Yeah,
Okay,
I found out that he lived in Longmeadow, and I just was like, wow, another car photographer.
Yeah, well, I started my car photography Instagram account when I was in 6th grade. So,
Okay.
and I used my iPod 5, and I
Yeah.
take photos.
I started like that, too.
And then it's just evolved. Now I have like a big camera, and my Instagram account is like 6,000 followers. Just take photos.
Nice. And what do you want to do with it? That's just a pure hobby?
Yeah,
That is a total
right now,
hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get jazzed from doing that and everything, so
Yeah,
you have some
it's
fun. You can
very
travel a little
enjoyable.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So at your show, are you doing all the photos yourself?
Well, we are definitely going to take photos.
Yeah.
But our main priority is obviously working the show, making sure everything
Yeah.
runs smoothly. We do have a photographer coming. He works at the Verizon store down there, and we have a professional videographer coming.
Nice.
We also
So
have a
we're
lot of like photographer friends.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
from like the community just coming
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
for
met
themselves.
through Instagram. We've invited them to come out
Okay.
and show up.
So last year, the show started at the same time, like at 9 o'clock?
Yep.
All
Started at
right,
9.
so here's the question I have for you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning last year, the morning of your show. You're here in the parking lot, and there's not a car here yet, right? What were you guys thinking?
Well, there was actually cars there at like 6:30.
Were they?
Yeah,
really?
we-
So,
yeah,
yeah, it
All
was-
right, so it's 6:30 in the morning. There's not a car there. What were you guys thinking? Were you worried about what was going to
I
happen?
wasn't worried.
I
knew
was
we'd have a good
very
turnout.
worried the night before.
Okay.
But the
Yeah,
morning
that was
of,
definitely the
I
most
totally
stressful.
calmed down, and I was like, this is going to be the best day of the summer, and we're going to pull this off with just absolute smoothness.
I think we were even too busy to worry the morning of because we had to
Yeah,
set
we had to
everything
set up all the
We were like-
barriers, set up all
we
the
didn't even
tables.
have time to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
that's right. So you're too worried too busy
Too busy
to worry.
Yeah.
Afterwards, did you have one of those moments of saying it could have went really bad, or thank God it went this well? Or
I think it went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the most stressful moment for both of us was when the car group from Boston rolled in and they all wanted
All
to
at
get parked
once, yeah.
together. That was hard. For Max was on point for parking, and he was
So-
like, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?"
I like
But-
people contact me like the night before, and they're like, "I'm coming in with like a group of 10 people. Can you park us all together?" And I already drew up like a parking layout that night, so I'd have to go in
Yep.
and redo everything.
Yep. Okay.
I
He
get
handled
another
it
group, yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
though, so we were all set.
Okay, very good. That's pretty cool. You need a little aggravation in your
Yeah.
life or
Yeah.
something,
Make it a little interesting.
A rose has to have some thorns, right?
Right.
So you have to know that. Okay, so this year though, it's at the shops, but you have a partnership with the shops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's the difference between last year and this year for you guys?
So Melissa Pive, who's a marketing manager of the shops, actually reached out to me the day of the show last year, and she said, I saw your car show, it looked awesome. If you ever want to hold the show at the shops, let me know. And I didn't really think much about it, but then that coming winter, I contacted Max and I was like, hey, check out this email I received last summer. This might be a good idea. So I emailed her back and I said, we'd potentially be interested. And this partnership has really just lifted a burden off of our shoulders, because last year the two of us handled everything. We handled all the promotion, all the getting people together, all the everything. And now
All
with
the
the shops,
advertising.
they are handling advertising. They gave us the space. They have it blocked off for us, and they're helping a lot with food, because I think our only complaint last year was there's no food available because
Yeah.
we were at the high school parking lots, and now she's going to help us partner with the restaurants at the shops, and we have an ice cream truck
Yeah.
coming, so that's going to be a big hit.
That's awesome. So it gives a little pressure off of you. You can enjoy
Yep.
it a little
Right,
bit more
yeah.
in the process and so forth. Okay. So I had a question I wanted to ask you guys, and I just completely lost my question for you. But the shops is helping out. So there's different. You have your entrance, so people pay a registration fee, and then people can donate. But you're also looking for sponsors,
Yes.
Yes.
right? And what's the difference of someone donating versus a sponsor? Why don't you tell people what that's how they can do that?
So for a sponsorship, it would require a donation to us, to the Cars of Longmeadow entity, to help with show expenses like tables, barriers, I guess, materials, advertising stuff, because sometimes like we'll probably print more than what the shops has given us. And with a sponsorship, it'll usually be a car dealership. Like we had Mercedes-Benz of Springfield this year and last year, and they set up a tent. They had cars on each side, and they had people there to like hand out information, let people sit in their cars, and give them the spiel on like what's going on at their dealership. So we're looking for more people like that. We'd set them up in their own little spot in the lot. We're gonna make sure they're not all too close together, because that'd be like some competition. And we will advertise their business.
Maybe you should put them closer together and make it a competition, you know, like a winner-take-all death match with cars or something, you know, get a little excitement besides the revving of the muscle cars.
Yeah, it's like maybe you want to look at the cars, or maybe you want to look at the dealer feud.
Right, that'd be that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, exactly. Its own show and stuff.
Dealer feuds of Longmeadow. It could be like one of those reality shows. You know, that's the next step. Okay, so people can be sponsors, which is a little bit separate than the donation. And you need those because there's going to be some basic expenses, like you mentioned, that have to be done no matter what. For any time to raise money, there's always an expense to raise money. And then obviously the entrance, and anybody can enter, right? It's not just you don't have to have just a supercar.
No, it's open to all spectators.
Someone just has that old, what do you call them, rat rod or something. They want to come in. You're looking for anybody and everybody who wants to register, just to make it more fun.
We have a great diversity. So
okay. And so furthest people came from Boston? You said you had people from Greenwich?
Yep. Greenwich, so that's even a little farther than Boston. Like
and then where else? I mean, a lot local then too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Western, like the Western Mass Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, the Western Mass people like popped out for our show.
Yeah,
people from all around the surrounding areas came out, and that was like incredible, because I'd never seen these cars ever, and I had no idea they were around, and they just came to our show because they just heard it by word of mouth. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's awesome.
So see, this is one of the reasons why we do this show, right? Because I always said that we talk about the good things that are happening locally that we never think about. And look at the community support you got. You guys came up with an idea, and all cars that you never thought were here in town or something, and there they are in your show, helping you raise money, right? So there's a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of stuff that we don't even know about right under our noses.
Right.
And I mean, in people with cars like that, you see them once in a while in a row, but you're not seeing them every day.
Right.
You know, you guys brought them out and put a whole big community event together, and I think that's awesome. So obviously you want to try to get some more money than you did last year. You want to get more people there the day of, and make it more fun and all that other stuff. So what do you guys think? Is this something you're going to be doing every year?
Hopefully, hopefully.
We want to make this an annual thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's just something that's really cool and fun for you to do no matter what.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Plus you got schoolwork.
Yeah.
Because you're going to college and you're going to be a junior in high school. So now you got little things to worry about. But during the summer you get that little...
during the summer we're free. So planning for the show, I think, usually starts in April or March.
Yep.
And we come together and we're like, so what are we going to do this year? And since our website is already made, since we already know what we're doing because we run the show last year, it was pretty easy for us this year, honestly. The hardest part is really contacting owners and letting them know what's going on and getting them to commit to the date.
Okay, and that's a lot of, you guys did really well raising money, because at $25 a pop for entrance fee to raise $8,500, that you can't really get there from here, because even if you had 100 cars, it's only 2500. You guys did really well above and beyond that.
We got a ton
and I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Community.
I mean, you're doing a great thing and for a great cause, and you get to, I mean, it must be a really cool jazz feeling for you the day of the event, to see all that. You look out over your domain, and you brought that all here, right? And not, I mean, instead of driving to go take the pictures, they're all there right in front of you and stuff, right?
Right in our backyard.
So you guys get to run a car show, you get to take photos of all the cars that are there, meet all the car owners, and raise some money for a charity. That is absolutely fantastic in my book. I mean, it really is, and kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
Because I can tell you that, I've got 3 kids, and I know what kids are thinking about in high school, and there's always little fundraisers going on, but to put together an endeavor like you guys did, because you're both in high school last year when you were doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, you had graduation coming up, so, or this year you had graduation coming up, right? But so, little things that might get in the way of creating a fundraiser, let alone a car show. And I've been to some car shows, and that 100 cars is a lot in a venue. So that's great. Anything else you want people to know about the car show or the day of?
I think we've covered.
I guess it would just be, when you're coming to the car show, keep in mind that it is supporting a cause that's very important to us as founders, especially to me, because it's for my sister. So I would encourage donations, whether it's at the show or online, and just help us raise money for the Lupus Research Alliance, which is an awesome nonprofit that's doing so much to help people that are affected with lupus.
Okay, great. Anything else?
No, I think that's
No.
it.
Max is going to college in September. That's awesome. UMass. And Wes gets to come back to Longmeadow High School. Right? Isn't that cool? Folks, we have an opportunity to support a great community event like this, and I would tell you that if you've never been to a car show, go to one. It really is that car people are so super friendly, right? I mean, they'll talk to anybody and everybody, answer 1,000,001 questions for you. I mean, I've never met a group that is, it's kind of, not weird, but it's different because you're not used to that when you go to different events like that. But come on out, for even if it's for an hour or two, just to come around, take a look at the cars and support these guys, because this is our community. Max and Wes are from Longmeadow, and they're putting together a great event to create some fun for the day on July 28th over here at the shops. It goes from 9 to 12. Get there about 8:30. And if you want to, go to the website carsoflongmeadow.org and donate, become a sponsor, or just give them a good note of well wishes. Guys, thanks for coming in. This has been one of the best shows that I've taped because I think it's just nothing but all positive. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
And I'm really impressed because I know what it's like to put on an event and then have it actually be successful, which is even a bigger accomplishment because we can all put something on, but you guys hit a home run with that one. I think absolutely, and I'm coming out to it, and I know my son will be here, and we'll come around and hang around. But thank you again for doing that. I appreciate it. Folks, thank you again for watching The Upsides, the show where we talk about all the good things that are going on here in town, and hopefully we'll see you on the 28th, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day.